Hey, what's going on, guys? Thought I'd do a quick little update on what to do when you have some weeds in the winter months and you get these little pockets of warm weather. And I felt like it was a good idea to come out here today. I originally didn't have this plan, but since the temperature is so nice out here and it's a kind of a warm day considering it's February 10th. I think the high today is 71. And we do have rain coming in, a good bit of rain coming in like the next week. So I thought this would be kind of a good experiment to see if I could eradicate some of these winter weeds that the pre-emergent didn't prevent. I've got a couple of patches here and there that are popping up, like bittercress and a little bit of clover and things like that. So I wanted to use I have an herbicide that's very good for cooler weather applications. So I thought I'd just apply this today. I applied it about 10:30 in the morning when the temperature was about 62. And there are a few active ingredients in this particular herbicide that I use. And it's called Fertilome Weed-Free Zone, specifically for lawns. And it is labeled for Centipede. That's one thing you always want to confirm before you buy a weed killer. Don't just look at the front label and say, oh, kill weeds in my lawn. You have to look at the fine print and make sure that it is safe for your particular grass type, in our case Centipede. And Centipede is actually, there's a lot of herbicides out there that aren't safe for Centipede, so you really got to be careful with what you select. But I found this particular herbicide. Let me show you actually what the bottle looks like, and I'll link to it in the description of the video. I believe it's on Amazon. But it's something that I found last year, and it's a very good weed control, especially in cooler temperatures, and it actually says that on the front. It says proven cool weather performance, and it is labeled for mainly all of the grasses, at least most of them. I confirmed this morning before I applied it that it is labeled for Centipede and Bermuda and Zoysia and several cool season grasses as well. So I just thought this would be a good experiment today. And as you can see here, I've got some patches that the pre-emergent did not do a particularly good job on. And so I came out here this morning and sprayed this, and I'm going to see if we get good results, being that we have rain coming in. I mean, I looked at the 10-day forecast and it looks like rain every day for the next week or so. So I wanted to kind of try this out. It's supposed to be rain fast in 4 hours. So I thought, let me apply it at 10:30 in the morning, let it kind of sit out here and roast all day, and get a good opportunity to do some damage. And I've noticed in the past that this herbicide is really quick with its results. So I'm hoping that by tomorrow, before the rains come in, that we will see some damage to those broadleaf weeds. This is particularly for broadleaf weeds. The leafy, the grassy weeds, it's not going to do a very good job on the grassy weeds. It doesn't kill crabgrass or Johnson grass or anything like that. So this is particularly for broadleafs, and it kills all kinds of broadleaf weeds. It's going to kill henbit. It's going to kill clover, bittercress, which I have a lot of. And I've noticed, I believe it's Virginia buttonweed that's appeared already in some of the areas. This is not really even a turf area, but I just sprayed this pretty thoroughly to see what it would do to these weeds right here. I've got some henbit over there, chickweed. So it'll be interesting to see what it does, and I'll keep you updated on that. This will be kind of a before and after, or results oriented video. But I thought it'd be cool to try that out and just see what happens. And the centipede is dormant, so it's not going to do any damage to the centipede. Now, if you came out here, I wouldn't recommend. Some people, especially with Bermuda lawns, might say you could use a little glyphosate on weeds because the dormancy of the grass, it won't affect anything. I would not try that with centipede just because it's so sensitive, especially to something like glyphosate that's very powerful and stays in the soil for a while. But this herbicide, since it is labeled for centipede and the grass is dormant, I just thought it'd be a good idea to try this out. See what kind of results I can get. So I'll keep you guys posted on this. And for the most part, as you can see, my pre-emergent did pretty good. Especially, I mean, your best pre-emergent is going to be a thick turf, right? A lot of people that have zoysia around here that's very dense and very thick, they don't even have to worry about applying pre-emergence because it's just so dense. There's no way that a weed can get through there. Well, with centipede, especially in my backyard, I have a lot of sparse areas that aren't very thick. And as a result, those weeds just pop up in those areas, you know, especially when you have damp conditions with a bunch of shade like I do. Right now I'm getting a lot of sun because there's no leaves on the trees. So I'm getting a lot of sun. But come summertime, it tends to be kind of shady back here and can get rather damp when you have multiple rain showers. And as a result of that, I can get some moss that grows in parts of the lawn. And I'll do a video on eradicating moss from your lawn if you want to. Some people like to leave it, they think it looks good. And I can see their points. In some areas, it's not going to do any good to kill the moss because the conditions just lend themselves to growing moss. So if you killed it and rake it out, it's going to just come back eventually because the conditions merit that. It's usually shady and wet conditions, and you're going to have moss just grow on the surface of the soil. But we'll go into that in another video. But I will keep you guys updated on the results of this weed application, and wanted to show you that product because I think it's very good. I'll also do around April, I'll probably do another weed application. And there's a product I can show you. I enjoy trying different products, so I may go with what I did last year, or I may try something different. I went to a garden shop yesterday and saw kind of the high-end products that are available, and although they are very expensive, a little goes a long way. So if you get a bottle that big, you know, and you only use a teaspoon of it or less per 5,000 square feet, that's going to last you a long time, as long as the shelf life of the product is conducive to that. I'll be doing a lot of updates this spring. Can't wait to get out here and show you guys kind of what I do in the spring, and about when my grass kind of wakes up every year. It typically wakes up in mid to late March is when you'll start to see it green up. And it just looks so much better back here when it's nice and green and lush. But I'll keep you guys posted on that, and be on the lookout for part 2 of the weed control video. Thanks a lot.